PowerPoint is part of Microsoft 365 and is full of many amazing features. This new version has the same key features on both Apple Mac and PC, with only a few variations between them. In this video, we'll learn how to create a PowerPoint presentation with a touch of AI. The first time you open PowerPoint, you're presented with the option to create a new presentation. You can do this by clicking the New button or by clicking the Create button in the lower right corner. PowerPoint allows you to start creating your presentation from a blank presentation or by choosing a theme. A theme is a design scheme of colors, fonts, and backgrounds that are applied to your slide. Here's an example of a blank presentation, and here's an example of a themed presentation. Let's create a presentation by clicking on the blank presentation option or by clicking Create. In the main section of the screen, you're presented with the blank presentation. Our presentation is going to be about trains, so I'm going to click on the Add Title section and type in the word train. I can also add a subtitle by clicking into the second section of the slide. Before creating anything further, let's look at the left side of the screen, which has a mini version of our slide. It also has the number to the corner of it, indicating the slide number. As we add more slides, you will see them appear in number order on this left section. Let's create a few more slides and then start to look at some of the design side of things. Creating a new slide can be done in a few different ways. You can click on the New Slide button and instantly see a new slide appear. By default, the slide has been given a placeholder entitled Title and Content to help guide you in creating your slide. Let's add some text before we look at more ways to create additional slides. First the title, then the content. The content can be text or a few other elements. Let's take a look. You have insert picture from online or from a file, insert an icon from online, insert a smart art graphic, insert a 3D model, insert a video, insert a table, insert a chart. All these options can make for a very interesting presentation. We'll be adding some text to go with our title. So just a quick recap, our first slide has a title and a subtitle. Our second slide has a title and content in the form of bullet points. These different slide types are also called layouts. I can choose different layouts when creating a new slide by clicking on the drop-down arrow beside the New Slide button. I can also change the layout of any existing slide by clicking the slide to the left, then clicking on Layout and choosing a layout theme. At this point, we now have two slides and can add as many slides as we need to communicate our point. There are many ways we can add design elements to the presentation. We can use the Design button, or we can use the new AI built-in function called Designer. Designer is dependent on the internet, and it works with the wording within your presentation to create stunning professional slides. We can go through and then select the one which suits our vision and communicates to our audience in the best way. You can also click on See More Design Ideas and it will generate more unique designs. We will now take a look at the Classic Design option. We can select and apply any available theme. It will apply the theme to the presentation, and now the AI designer adapts and can incorporate that theme into its designs. I like to create my bare bones slides first, meaning no design elements, and then add the design elements after. I find this is the simplest method when starting out, as the content is the most important part, followed by the design. For now, I'm going to go back to the plain slide so we can focus on the content. The key thing with PowerPoint is not to overfill the slides with too much text. Let's add another slide to end the presentation. I first will ensure I'm on the Home tab, then I will click on the drop down beside the New Slide button and select Title Only. And I'll add a title to end the slide, something like, Thanks for listening. If I wanted to add an additional slide in between slides 2 and 3, I can do this by clicking on slide 2 and then click New Slide. As you can see, we now have 4 slides. Our number 3 is now number 4, and our new number 3 is the blank slide. To delete the new blank slide, I can click on it and then press the backspace button or the delete button. Or if you find it easier, you can also right click on the slide and then select delete slide. You can also use the right click option to create a new slide. If I click in between the slides, you can see a pulsing line appear. This means if you add a new slide, it will appear where the line is. All the slides are movable, meaning you can change the order of any slide. As I click and hold a slide, I can move its position and release the slide at the red line. As I release it, that's the new position of the slide. You can also move slides around much easier in another view. There's a view called Slide Sorter. So if I go to the View tab and then select Slide Sorter, you would see that I can move any one of these slides around in this view also. By clicking Normal, it will take me back to the original view. I'm now going to click on the Home tab. At this stage, I want to add an image to the presentation. So we're going to add an image to the last slide. First, I select the slide. Now I can either use the picture icon here under the Home tab or click on the Insert tab. You can now see the picture icon. The drop-down gives you a range of options. We want to choose From File, which means any files you've already stored on your computer. If you do not have any pictures or relevant pictures stored on your computer, you can choose stock images or online pictures as long as you're connected to the internet, and use any one of those images to put into your presentation. Now that the image is on the screen, you can enlarge or shrink the image. The best way to do this is to click on the image and then you'll see resize handles appear. The best way to resize the image is not to try to resize it by the sides, because that might squash or flatten the image and change its proportions. You want to resize it using any of the corners. So as I hover my mouse over the corner, the arrow changes to a resize handle. I can then click and drag the image to my preferred size. To view your presentation as the audience will see it, go to Slideshow and click Play from Start. It will fill the whole screen and you can use your mouse or keyboard to move through the slides by tapping the downward or the upward arrow. You can also press the Escape key at any time to exit the slideshow mode. The slideshow button can also be accessed at the bottom of the screen to the right. When your slide goes from one slide to another, you can also choose how it transitions. Let's go to the Transitions tab, then select the first slide and choose a transition. Next, let's add a transition to the other slides. Now it's time to see them all together. Let's go to the slideshow mode. An additional step for a creative presentation is to add some animations. Click on your first slide, tap the title and then click on the animations. There's so many to choose from. Once the animation is chosen, you'll see a small number 1 appear on the screen, indicating you have one animation. By clicking on the second title, another animation can be added. If we look to the right, we'll see the word Start, and it shows in front of it the word On Click. This means that whatever animation you've applied will only appear after you've clicked the mouse button. You have a range of options in how your animations appear. They can appear all at once, or automatically appear after the previous animation has appeared. If you have a lot of animations, you can easily view them by clicking on one of the numbers, and the animation panel will appear on the right, listing all the animations applied within the slide. It gives you the options to apply effects to animations, modifying the timing and when the animations appear and how text appears. If you would like a deeper dive into how animations work, please leave a comment below and we'll get that video done. Now that I'm happy with the content, let's add some design. First, let's go to the Design tab and select a design. Once selected, now let's use the power of AI to complete our design. First, click on Designer, then choose an AI design. Repeat this process of clicking on your slide and then selecting a design. Do this until you're happy with the result for each slide. Now let's take a look at what we have created. As you go through, you can see all of the animations that you've chosen, plus all of the transitions that you've used. So we've used a smash transition and a scrumpling of the piece of paper. I think it looks really good. If you're planning to create a PowerPoint presentation, let us know what you're designing in the comments below.